A couple months ago, my portfolio paid me over $1,300 in a single month, and even today, still earning more than $1,000 per month in passive income. Okay, this passive income is completely from covered call ETFs. I'm not doing any day trading. I'm not selling stocks. Just a focused strategy, just using high yield ETFs and smart reinvestment of the distributions. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I do it, what I hold, and how I've built this income machine. Okay, so hi, welcome to the channel. This is the income machine. A little bit of background: I work a full-time job, but I've been growing my investment portfolio, my small portfolio, on the side to generate some extra monthly income. So right now, my portfolio value is sitting at over $60,000, and this is earning me over $1,000 every month. And let me just kind of give you a walkthrough. So here's what my current monthly ETF income looks like. Okay. So as of, just to see that I'm not making anything up here, as you could see at the $1,300 mark in February 2025, it paid out $1,337, right? So these are my holdings then. I've done some rebalancing since, so it's went down a little bit, right? Because I had to rebalance the portfolio, because it was a little bit off at this time. I wanted to gain a little bit more upside as well. So I did some rebalancing, and I think I've came to a very good structure now. So as of June of this month, 2025, it's sitting at $988 paid out so far. To keep in mind, there still is 1 week left of June at the time I'm recording. So once this actually goes up, this will be over $1,000 most definitely earned, because XDTE, QDTE, and Alti still have to pay out by next week. So once I get those distributions, it'll be at over $1,000, and that'll pretty much be consistent on a monthly basis. So that's great. My yield on cost is sitting at about at the very least 20% yield so far, if not pretty much higher than that, at least like 22%, 23%, something like that. And I'm going to give you a brief rundown of the strategy, right? And based on why I'm holding what I'm holding. So it's very simple, right? I'm just buying high yield monthly paying covered call ETFs. Most of these ETFs, if you know anything about them already, they're in sectors like tech, healthcare, or just following the overall indexes like the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, right? I do use a little bit of margin as well. Very responsible amount. The margin usage is probably at about 32% of the whole portfolio right now. And then my rate is pretty low as well. I got my rate pretty well down by talking to my broker. My overall yield is well above 20%, so it's more than enough to pay back the margin interest and then maintain some profits after as well. I like to stay very diversified as well. I'm never just going all in on one high yield fund, right? I stay diversified and I rebalance a whole portfolio just based on risk and yield trade-offs. Okay, so that's what the holdings are looking like. Within these holdings here, based on my new kind of rebalance portfolio, I have a large portion in Canadian covered call ETFs because I'm based here in Canada. So some of those include HYLD, QQCL, USCL, ENCL, HHIS, RS, right? So most of those funds there, they're Canadian covered call ETFs that have 25% leverage built within the funds, and then they do covered calls or rights covered calls on up to 50% of the portfolio for some income. Okay, so it's 25% leverage, so extra exposure, and covered calls on up to 50% to give you that high yield, right? And then I have my US synthetics, so that's the core, right? The Canadian, that's sitting at probably about 58% of the whole portfolio. I also have 12% exposure in Bitcoin, so they've yet to pay out as well. So once I receive that payout, it'll be well over this target as well. But I hold BCCL as well, so that's my 25% leveraged Bitcoin exposure, and they write cover calls on up to 50% of the portfolio. I hold that at like a 12% weighting in my portfolio. And then I have my US synthetics, right? So that's, you could see there, they've paid out already some, like 1 week already. XDTE, QDTE, and then Alti, which is yet to pay out, but I held that as well. So those three make up about 20% of the portfolio so far. Those are basically like a turbo, I would say. I call that my turbo. So that'll pay down the margin very quickly, while the Canadian exposure gains in value. And you could see it's actually gained in value right here. Contributions are sitting at around 51,668, and the portfolio values at 59,944. This numbers are a little bit off as well, because at this time it is sitting at a value over 60k. Okay, so just based on this numbers, you can see right here, 8,200 in investment growth, which is unrealized. So this is my unrealized return. And then I have my realized return sitting right here at the bottom. So this is my dividend income. This is realized. So I got this in my account, right? Already paid out to me, over $10,000, which is pretty good so far, considering it's been only like a year and a half, or just about 2 years or something like that. But I wasn't really doing too much. You could see in the first year, I didn't really start to actually take it serious until about a year and a half ago. Just to build my small account, right? But I keep reinvesting these distributions. I'm not using any of this income right now because I work full time, so I don't really have a need right now. I'm just letting it snowball, right? My next goal is to hit about $2,000 per month. I believe that's definitely attainable for me within the next year. And I'm just going to be posting regular updates on the channel, doing portfolio, updates, ETF reviews, and then just, testing out new income strategies and sharing it. If this sounds something that like you want to build too, just hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be dropping new videos every week. That's the plan here on the Income Machine. If you want, any questions or anything like that you have, please feel free to leave a comment. We can go through it together. So that's the portfolio. That's basically the overview of the strategy. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.